Imagine a lonely spacecraft, drifting through the infinite darkness of space, carrying a message that could outlive humanity itself. A message that, if discovered by an alien civilization, would tell them who we were, what we sounded like, and what we dreamed of. This is not science fiction, it's real. And it's called the Voyager Golden Record. Launched in 1977 aboard the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 spacecraft, the Golden Record is humanity's time capsule to the stars, a carefully crafted collection of sights, sounds, and scientific knowledge, meant to introduce our world to any extraterrestrial life that might find it. But what exactly is on this record? Who decided what should be included? And, will it ever be found? To answer these questions, we need to go back to the 1970s, when an ambitious idea was born, led by one of the greatest scientific minds of our time, Carl Sagan. The vision, a message for the cosmos. The idea of sending a message into space wasn't entirely new. A few years earlier, in 1972, NASA had already launched the Pioneer plaques, engraved metal plates attached to the Pioneer 10 and 11 spacecraft. These plaques featured simple diagrams of a man and a woman, as well as a map showing Earth's location in the galaxy. But they were just that, images without sound, movement, or deeper cultural meaning. Carl Sagan and his team believed they could do better. Instead of a static image, they wanted something dynamic, something alive. The result? A gold-plated copper phonograph record, 12 inches in diameter, encoded with audio, images, and data. A record that could be played, if an intelligent civilization had the ability to decode it. The goal was clear, to create a universal introduction to Earth. But how do you summarize all of human history, culture, and science in a single record? Curating the Golden Record. What to include? The challenge was enormous. Sagan and his team, led by astronomer Frank Drake and creative director Andrian, had to decide what would represent all of humanity. And they had to do it with only 90 minutes of audio and 115 images. The team worked against the clock. NASA had given them just 6 weeks to complete the project before the Voyager spacecraft had to launch. Every decision was crucial. So, what made the final cut? Greetings in 55 languages, a simple hello from different cultures, as if Earth itself were extending a hand in friendship. Natural sounds, birds chirping, ocean waves crashing, a baby crying, sounds that define life on Earth. Music from around the world, Beethoven and Bach, but also Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good, and traditional music from Japan, India, and Senegal, because music is a language that needs no translation. Heartbeats and brainwaves, and Andrian, who later married Carl Sagan, recorded her own heartbeat and neural activity while thinking about love. In a way, her emotions were etched onto the record, possibly the most personal message ever sent into space. But the record wasn't just sound, it also contained 115 images, showing everything from human anatomy to scientific concepts like DNA, to everyday life on Earth. There were photos of cities, animals, people eating, laughing, and even a kiss, because love, too, is universal. The Golden Record wasn't just an introduction to Earth. It was a message of hope, curiosity, and connection, an attempt to bridge the vast silence of space and say, we were here, and we wanted to meet you. The journey of the Voyagers, lost in space. On August 20 and September 5, 1977, Voyager 2 and Voyager 1 were launched, carrying the Golden Record beyond our solar system. Their primary mission was to explore Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, a journey that revolutionized our understanding of the outer planets. But once their planetary missions were complete, the spacecraft kept going and going and going. By 2012, Voyager 1 became the first human-made object to enter interstellar space. It's now over 15 billion miles away, moving at 38,000 miles per hour. Voyager 2 is slightly behind but still on the same path. These spacecraft, each carrying a golden record, will continue traveling for millions, even billions of years. And that raises a fascinating question. Will anyone, or anything, ever find them? Will the Voyager Golden Record ever be found? The vast emptiness of space makes one thing clear: the odds of the Golden Record being discovered are incredibly small. The Voyagers are not heading toward any specific star system, they are simply drifting through interstellar space, carried by momentum and the gravitational slingshots they received from their encounters with planets. With no propulsion system to adjust their course, they will continue traveling for millions, perhaps even billions, of years. But even if intelligent life exists somewhere out there, what are the chances that they will cross paths with one of these tiny spacecraft? To put it into perspective, our Milky Way galaxy alone is over 100,000 light-years across, containing hundreds of billions of stars. Voyager 1, the farthest human-made object from Earth, is just over 15 billion miles away, a distance that sounds enormous to us but is only 0.002 light-years from Earth. It would take over 17,000 years just to travel a single light-year at its current speed. That means that, unless it collides with something, Voyager 1 could drift in space for eternity, carrying its golden message across the cosmic ocean, waiting, hoping, for someone or something to find it. Still, there are a few potential encounters. In about 40,000 years, Voyager 1 will pass within 1.6 light-years of a red dwarf star named Gliese 445, while Voyager 2 will pass about 1.7 light-years from the star Ross 248. These are incredibly close approaches in cosmic terms, but there's no evidence that either of these stars host intelligent life. In fact, even if they have planets, the chances of a civilization being at the right technological stage to detect and retrieve the spacecraft at that exact moment are almost non-existent. But let's imagine for a moment that an advanced extraterrestrial civilization does find the Golden Record. Would they be able to understand it? Could aliens decode the Golden Record? The Golden Record was designed to be as universal as possible. Since we had no idea what kind of life forms might find it, or even what their senses might be like, NASA had to rely on fundamental principles of physics and mathematics. The outer cover of the record features a series of etched diagrams. These include instructions on how to play the record, using simple pictograms. A representation of the hydrogen atom's spin-flip transition, which provides a universal time scale. A pulsar map, showing the position of our solar system relative to 14 known pulsars, cosmic lighthouses that any advanced civilization should be able to recognize. If aliens understand these concepts, they might be able to extract the images and sound stored on the record. The record itself is analog, not digital, meaning the information is stored in the same way as a vinyl record. If the civilization has a way to create a turntable-like device, they could, in theory, play it. But there's a major unknown: how would they perceive the information? Would they have eyes to see our pictures? Ears to hear our music? Would they even comprehend sound and visuals the way we do? The Golden Record assumes some level of shared perception, but if an alien race evolved entirely differently from us, they might not understand the message at all. And yet, despite all these uncertainties, the effort wasn't in vain. Because even if extraterrestrials never find it, the Golden Record carries an even deeper meaning. The legacy of the Voyager Golden Record. Even if the Golden Record is never discovered by an alien civilization, its significance goes far beyond the possibility of contact with extraterrestrial life. It represents something uniquely human: our relentless curiosity, creativity, and hope. Think about it. At a time when humanity was divided by Cold War tensions, when we were still struggling with war, poverty, and inequality, we sent a message to the cosmos. Not a message of conquest, not a warning, but a gesture of peace and curiosity. Carl Sagan, the visionary behind the project, once said, "The spacecraft will be encountered and the record played only if there are advanced spacefaring civilizations in interstellar space." But the launching of this bottle into the cosmic ocean says something very hopeful about life on this planet. And he was right. The Golden Record is not just a message to aliens, it's a message to us. It reminds us that, despite our conflicts and struggles, we are capable of greatness, of wonder, of dreaming beyond the limits of our world. Over the years, the Golden Record has continued to inspire people. In 2017, to mark its 40th anniversary, it was even reissued as a vinyl record for people on Earth to own, a symbol of our place in the universe. Scientists, artists, and dreamers still look to it as one of humanity's greatest achievements. But the biggest question remains: what if we sent a new Golden Record today? If we were to launch a new Golden Record in the 21st century, what would we include? How would we describe the world we live in now, the advancements, the challenges, the changes in our understanding of the universe? Would we include new scientific discoveries? More diverse cultural representations? A warning about the mistakes we've made? And most importantly, what message would we send to the stars? What do you think? If you could add one thing to a modern Golden Record, what would it be? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this journey through time and space, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more mind-expanding content. Until next time, keep looking up.